Jansen Harris here with the Just Good Network. I have a special guest with me, Nia Sapp, works for NBA TV, CNN Sports, Crush Sports Talk, graduated from Alabama State University. How are you today, Nia?
I'm good, Jansen. Just, chilling in the house. How are you?
No, I get it. I'm doing good as well, trying to stay quarantined and not eat too much food, just trying to get through all of this. But the NBA right now and all sports, they're off right now. Do you see them finishing the NBA season? I know there's meetings going on right now. Adam Silver wanting to push it back, but realistically, how are you feeling about this subject?
So, of course, it's really tough to call right now because, it is so early with the coronavirus that's here. People are panicking. A lot of NBA players have been impacted, whether it was them who tested positive or their family members. So it's just a lot going on, and we kind of have to take that into consideration. But I'm hoping and praying that at least by June, they're kicking things back off and players are, mentally and physically okay to go. It's kind of just it's hard to call, but definitely I see it by June. I just don't see the NBA completely canceling the season, but then again, you don't know. I mean, just like how this whole thing just kind of came about, it's just everything is hitting you from left and right, and you don't know. But if I had to say, definitely by June.
Okay. The Hawks 20-47, worst record in the league, I believe, right now. 6-27 on the road, not really a good season. What do you think they can do to maybe improve this roster next season, or if they continue the year, they could do to just get better, especially defensively, giving up 119 points a game, which is the most in the league? What can the Hawks do just to become a winner?
Well, of course, this season they are second to last in the league. Wow. So the thing about it is with the Hawks, and, people are when they're on the outside looking in, and they think, they don't really keep up with sports, or, of course, don't really know what's going on in the NBA, and you look at the record, you kind of automatically assume, okay, this team sucks. But one thing I can say, just from covering the games this season, the Hawks are a really fun team to watch because these guys are so young, these guys are so talented. And personally, despite the record, they've had some amazing games against some great teams. But personally, going into next year, they want to turn this around from being second to last in the East to working their way up to get that eighth or whatever seed it is next year to make playoffs. Number one, they're going to, of course, build around Trae. Trae is what is getting this team to go. But we don't have that player right now that has like that killer mentality. That player that's just, just aggressive on the floor. He's getting those dirty, whatever it is. We need some type of aggressive player. I don't know where they will come from, but we need that person with that killer mentality. And I'm not saying these guys don't have it right now, but you just don't have that player like your Pat Bev, or just like somebody that just when they step onto the floor, they're going to give you that problem, offensively and defensively. And I just feel like right now the Hawks lack that. And of course, just not having, they're going to have more depth on the floor. Vince, of course, I think Vince was great mentoring those guys. But, of course, with Vince, this was his last year. Kind of knew he was retiring, older. But he did what he could when he came out there now. Don't get me wrong. Vince still did what he had to do when he got out on the floor. But we need a vet who has been in the league for, a couple of years now and pretty much knows the game and is able to lead and guide these guys because they are so young, so they're trying to figure it out. Of course, a lot of these guys are trying to make their way through the league. So definitely, like I said before, just having that player with a killer mentality and getting in a couple of vets, a couple or maybe one or two that can make an impact on and off the floor, leadership, and really guiding this team to be more mature all around on and off the court. Be able to compete for the 2020-2021 season.
Nia, do you think, piggybacking off what you said, do you think Trey Young, it can be a number one on a winning team? Like, maybe they need to bring in, because they're probably going to have a top 5 pick. Maybe that guy they draft, Anthony Edwards, LaMelo, or there's some other guys at the top of that list. Will they be the 1B, or do they need to bring in a stronger player maybe if they really want to be a winner? Or is Trey Young that number one guy you could win with, go make a deep playoff run with eventually, and maybe win a championship?
Now, I would say Trey would be my number one guy, simply because Trey has pretty much, he has made his impact on this team already. So I would say someone who is not afraid to take those risks and be able to tell Trey, like, hey, I got you. And I'm not saying that these guys now aren't, but someone who is consistent, someone who shows it, someone who works just as hard. And, you know, I don't even know. We need it. We don't have it. We don't have it. We just don't have it.
Okay. Let's take a look at some of the rookies. Cam Reddish and Deandre Hunter. Starting with Hunter, 12 points a game, shooting 41%, 4.5 rebounds. How would you evaluate his rookie season so far? We know he had the dislocated finger, had some injuries, but how would you grade his rookie season?
If I had to choose to grade his rookie season, I would give him a B. I think he had a pretty solid rookie season. He's done some great things for the Hawks. I mean, I'm excited to see what this guy's going to do, because I know for a fact between Hunter and Reddish, this summer they're going to work. And they're going to work more than ever, because they're going to be able to fix those mistakes that they made throughout the season. Now, one thing I can say about Hunter is that lack of consistency. That's the biggest thing right now, which is, that'll come. He's a rookie, but I think that he really, really impressed a lot of people this season, and he really lived up to what he's going to be for the Hawks. And I think the future is bright for the guy. I think he did great.
And on Cam Reddish, I one of my favorite guys personally, 10 a game, kind of iffy on the shooting, 38%, 3.7 rebounds a game. How do you feel about Cam? I feel like if he could get consistent and they could believe him in a little bit more, maybe we could get more consistency out of him. He has his flashes. From my perspective, how do you feel about Cam?
For sure. I agree with you on the consistency. But Cam is going to have to figure out his mental aspect. I can tell that sometimes when Cam shoots a shot, Cam is not confident in his shot. And that's the biggest thing for him, is building his confidence. And, of course, rookie season. So this is his year to evaluate and, figure some things out about his game and work on those things. So really confidence, working on that shot, because we pretty much believe in Cam. We know what Cam can do. We saw what Cam didn't do. We saw spurts of him this season. So it's just like, just be confident. But, Cam dealt with a lot this season, from injuries, just kind of battling and getting in and getting some playing time and stuff like that. But I think that Cam has overcame a lot. He's shown people what he can do. He's shown people that he can compete in this league. So just the biggest thing for me with him is confidence, consistency, and that shot. He has to work on that shot. But for the most part, between Cam and Deandre, I really love that they fit in so well. And I think that their chemistry with Trey, you can tell on and off the court, is really, really good. And that's important, especially for your star player like Trey. So just continuing to build those pieces around is going to be good for the Hawks.
Okay, cool. Can't wait till the season resumes, and hopefully the Hawks could put things in take a positive step forward, unlike what they've been doing with the losing. So we'll see with that. But Nia Sapp, thank you for joining me with this phone interview. NBA TV, CNN Sports, Crush Sports Talk. Also, her Twitter, go follow her on Twitter, Nia on Air. And thank you for coming on and joining me with this conversation.
Thanks for having me, Jansen.
All right, appreciate it. And